Welcome here to TalkFCB and welcome back to the channel today, guys, as we continue to reflect on our Clasico defeat. Some reaction here today and some fallout, because in today's video we're going to be basing it very much around our attack. What we're seeing, what we're not seeing especially, and what we need more of in those forward areas. And also it's just convenient today that we're also going to be discussing a certain Lionel Messi, who could certainly bring a lot to those positions, as we are going to be discussing the process of getting him registered in La Liga. How are Barca going to do that? What exactly is the situation right now? And also whether Javier Tebas will even still be in his position when the move could take place in the summer. It's all coming up for you. So let's get to it today. Come on. Because if we start, first of all, by talking about Robert Lewandowski, because obviously after losing 4-0 to Real Madrid, it's safe to say that if you were out there on the field, you were going to be criticised. Any Barcelona team that loses 4-0 to our biggest rivals, there is going to be criticism. Lewandowski has not been exempt from that. I think there's questions here about his overall level in 2023. There's also been real questions as well about his contribution in big games. And I just wonder right now which side you guys are on when it comes to Lewandowski. Because on the one hand, do you believe Lewandowski's not doing enough? Do you believe right now that he is not performing at a good enough standard in this Barcelona team? Or are you on the other side? Do you believe he's not getting the service? Do you believe there that there's not too much more right now Lewandowski could be doing given the lack of service that he's getting at Barca? So which side are you on right now? Because to be honest, guys, I would lean towards needing more from him, because I think actually it would almost be a criticism of him, the player that he is, if you said, oh well, he can't really do much more without service, because I don't think that's fair on him. I see Lewandowski as more than a finisher. He is more than just a player there that can sit in the 6-yard box and finish off chances. We've seen it at Barca. He's provided plenty of assists this season. We've seen him have some wonderful touches inside and outside of the box on the ball. He is more than just a finisher, but I think since the World Cup, there's definitely been a drop-off in quality. There's definitely been a lack of sharpness in those areas. And I think above everything else, he misses Pedri really badly. I think he misses Dembele as well. Make no mistake about that. But I think Pedri, the way that he and Pedri were combining, it was absolutely wonderful for him. And I think for Lewandowski there, having someone like Pedri to make runs off him, in behind him, in and around him, Pedri would find him with all these clever passes. And I think any striker is going to badly miss a player like that, not being in the team, not being available now for several months. Lewandowski has struggled and is struggling off the back of that. But then we talk about Raphinha, because this is another player here who's coming off the back of his Clasico performance, and he's not exactly receiving a lot of support right now. He really struggled up against Camavinga on the right-hand side, who reduced him to virtually no impact on the game. And look, we can't forget Raphinha's clutch moments during the season so far. I think we've given him a lot of credit here on the channel for that. Big goals at big moments and big assists as well in La Liga. He is responsible for helping Barca get so far ahead of Real Madrid in La Liga. He's been responsible for several of those points. There's no denying that. But it's his overall game, which still leaves to me so many questions about Raphinha, and especially, I think his dribbling is a concern. You've got to say that right now. And I think not only about the Clasico, but right the way through the season, I think we've all been waiting for it to click. You know, the kind of player that he is, a Brazilian winger coming into the club. We've all been waiting for that confidence to hit and to start seeing him beat his man, taking players on. It just hasn't happened. And I think the Clasico was the purest example of that there. Up against Camavinga, who, let's not forget, he's not even an out-and-out left-back. It's not like he was coming up against a player there who was so well drilled and experienced and a top-quality left-back. But it didn't matter. He couldn't beat Camavinga, not even once, no matter what Raphinha tried to do. Inside, outside, none of it worked. And I think at Barca, you need your winger to be able to beat his man. You need your winger to be able to play 1 versus 1 and provide quality in his dribbling. And he's not doing that. It's a basic requirement right now, which is leaving so many questions about Raphinha. But look, guys, and what I want to make absolutely clear on right now, not necessarily about Lewandowski, not necessarily about Raphinha. You know, Ansu Fati came on, didn't do an awful lot. Ferran Torres as well, failing to make an impact. We've seen all of this happen right throughout the season. And the very fact of the matter is, on a general scale, we don't carry enough attacking threat. This Barcelona team right now, and not only in the Clasico, but right the way through the season, we struggled in attack. We have struggled for goals. That is why we put so much emphasis on our back line, on our defence. They have carried us through games this season just by scoring one goal, then defending and getting out of games, getting wins, getting over the line. It's all been good and well, but we have to do more. A Barcelona team there needs to be creating more chances, putting more chances away, scoring more goals. We have to do more, which brings us on now to a man who, well, he can do both. He absolutely can. Because when it comes to the man himself, Lionel Messi, we've all become very much aware of Barca's desire to bring Messi back this summer. That is absolutely no secret at this stage. And likewise now, we are aware of Messi's huge desire of his own to make that return to Barca. Both of the parties want the move this summer, and talks are ongoing as we speak. However, and this is the crucial bit. This is the bit that we've all been waiting on, and we will continue to wait on, because the biggest question of all is not really about the desire of Barca or Messi, it's about La Liga. As we know, it's about the league and their restrictions and the president and whether they will even allow this move to happen in the summer. Can we register Lionel Messi? Even though it would drastically elevate La Liga, it would help their league, but they still may not allow it. It's strange, isn't it? Now, the first thing to note on this is that Barca have learned from what happened in 2021, when, don't forget, Messi had a new contract agreed at Barca. All the parties agreed. Everybody wanted Messi to stay at the club until, at the very last minute, La Liga came with their FFP restrictions, when they really brought those to life, the CVC deal, all of that kind of stuff. And in the end, Messi was not able to be registered. And those are scenes there which will be very, very tough to forget. And I'm so glad we've learned from them, because it is now being widely reported that this time around, Barca have made it very, very clear they're going to La Liga first. Their first port of call is speaking with the league, because they want to make absolutely sure they've got the full approval of the league before they go ahead and finalise everything with Messi himself, which is absolutely the right way to go there. We need to make sure that this move can happen, that we'll be able to do it before we go too far down the road with agreeing that deal with Messi. Now, Sports say right now, big report they released this morning, they say that Barca have already prepared a detailed plan on not only how they'll sign Messi, but how they plan on registering there within the means of the wage cap. And Sport go on there to say that that detailed plan includes salary reductions at Barca this summer. That is something we're definitely going to see in one way or another for certain players there at the club. They also detail certain departures from the club. There may be one big one apparently, and there are also other sources of income stated in that plan. And Sports say that Barca are going to officially present that plan to La Liga for the very first time, and that's going to happen just next week. So only then will we really get a serious understanding of what's going to be possible. La Liga there should give us, hopefully, some honest feedback, some balanced feedback, you'd hope, to understand whether we can get this Messi deal done and get him registered. However, that is not all, because plenty more interesting developments when you're talking about La Liga are happening right now, because we're still not completely sure on how strict those restrictions are going to be in the summer. There is still a lot of speculation that La Liga could relax some of their FFP restrictions, and there have been rumours, because even this morning, another one now coming out, Tony Joan Martí, a journalist there well known in the Catalan media, he's also now saying it could happen. La Liga are definitely thinking here about relaxing their FFP restrictions. And he says there that it's not just about Barca, this is not about helping Barca, helping us to sign Messi, but actually due to the wider scale. Because what nobody talks about, because all the attention is always on Barca, Barca this, Barca that, what Barca are doing, what nobody's mentioning is that there are so many other clubs in La Liga who are struggling right now, who are struggling to actually cope and operate within these restrictions too. So it's not just about Barca, it's about for the good of the league, opening things up a bit, relaxing those restrictions, because let's not forget, no other major league in Europe is doing this. It's restricting only those in Spain, and the rumour is right now is that could happen, and we can go even further too, because the rumours right now and the speculation is ramping up when it comes to Javier Tebas. We know right now there is significant pressure on his shoulders. Barca right now are calling for his resignation, and not only Barca either, but also the RFEF. Really, they are not happy with Javier Tebas there, the Spanish Football Federation. There's been a real war of words on social media between the leaders there of the Spanish Football Federation and Javier Tebas, and apparently a few days ago now, Florentino Perez, our good friend Florentino, he actually told a journalist that he didn't think Tebas would remain in his position for much longer. That was only a few days ago now. So Florentino really doubting whether Tebas will remain in charge. The pressure is firmly on him. And let's just wait and see how all of this transpires ahead of this summer. So please, guys, do indeed let me know your thoughts in the comments down below on what is today a real close look at the attacking side of Barca right now. What do you make of the form of Lewandowski, of Raphinha, what they've shown as well throughout the season so far, and what do you make there? Looking at Lionel Messi, what would he bring to this team? Where would he fit in Xavi's plans? And of course, we're going to be talking a lot more about that as this transfer develops. All of that will be coming your way. Big thank you for your support right here on TalkFCB, and of course as well over on MORETALKFCB. We need the two going right now because there's going to be so much coming, and it should be exciting for us Barca fans. So please let me know all of your thoughts down below. I will be seeing you soon, but until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.